Miriam. Miriam means what? Bitterness. Miriam means rebellion. And Miriam means stubbornness. Everybody please be very attentive. Nobody is going out. Hold your peace. The Miriam of the church are those that condemn the servant of God at every slight opportunity. At every given opportunity, they condemn the servant of God. That's why I told us that all of us should read it so that you see it by yourself. The Miriam of the church are those that are praying for the servant of God. They are praying to God for the servant of God to make mistake so that they can use that mistake against the servant of God. Somebody are hearing me now? Who has those aside? The Miriam of the church are those with the sole aim of bringing down the servant of God and the church of God. The Miriam of the church believes that they can do what the servant of God is doing. Is it only Moses that God speaks to? God equally speaks to us. That is what Miriam and Aaron was saying. So they believe that what the servant of God can do, they themselves, they can do it. There are some Miriam that I will be praying against. I will remove my grace upon their life this morning. The Miriam of the church are those. The Miriam of the church are those expecting a perfect man of God when they clearly know that he was a man before God called him. Those are the Miriam of the church. They expect 100% man of God when they know very well that this person was a man. That is why it's called a man of God. He was a man before God called him. The Miriam of the church are those close to the servant of God, so they think that they have known everything about him. They are close to the servant of God. They think that they've known everything about him. They think that there's nothing the servant of God can do. Those are the Miriam of the church. Now, if you study that place very well, it was Aaron and Miriam that spoke against Moses. But when God wanted to punish people, he punished only one, Miriam. So that is to tell you that you that is joining people to condemn the servant of God, God will even punish you. Leave the people who they say you they join. They speak against the servant of God. Two people gather, they are speaking evil against the servant of God. But when the punishment of God came, it was only Miriam that the punishment of God visited. He left Aaron because Aaron now began to cry, "Alas, Master, my Lord." And the anger of God did not locate. But Miriam, God used the head, take care. She became a leper, white as snow. Now, Miriam is the senior sister of Moses, for emphasis sake. That lady that was joining Moses, that was joining Aaron to speak against Moses, was the senior sister of Moses. She was the one that was looking at the sea. When the mother of Moses kept Moses on the basket, she was the one, Miriam was the one that was looking to see who will come and rescue. When Moses was very small, she was that girl that was looking at the sea to see who will come and rescue. Now, Pharaoh's daughter now came to carry the child. When she heard the child inside the river, she now came to carry the child. Now, Miriam was an elder sister to Moses, washing Moses. Now, because of that proximity and relationship, she now thinks, "I'll be your sister now. Anything I like, I will fit talk against you." Not knowing that the man of God may know you, but his anointing may not know you. The man of God may respect you, but his anointing may not respect you. The Miriam of the church. Somebody, are you following me this morning now? The Miriam of the church. Somebody say the Miriam of the church. Somebody say the Miriam of the church. Somebody say the Miriam of the church. The Miriam of the church thinks that because they are close to the servant of God, God has now left his servant. Miriam My younger brother now, leave Moses. And I they follow, they do that one. And my younger brother, I know her. So because of say she's close to the servant of God, she now believe that God no longer use. Because to the very largest, Miriam was a prophetess. Yeah, according to Bible history, Miriam was a prophetess. God, they see they speak through her. She see they prophesy small. So she now feels, as she senior Moses, she now feels that I beg you, when I live, I not get level. The Miriam of the church are those that want to turn the servant of God against the church and the church members. That is their mission. Because that was what Aaron and Miriam was trying to do. Now, if to say God not going to intervene, they'll go meet one or two people. This woman will Moses marry, so you know good. Before you look, they have turned the servant of God against. Now, what Moses do was it right? Per se, in quote. What he did was it right? But God did not give Miriam and Aaron the permission to condemn his servant. God does not give Aaron and Miriam the right. That was why when God appeared, he said, if you are a prophet, you are a prophet, I can speak to you in a dream, in a vision. Say, but you see this man, I speak to him man to man. With our Lord, we talk. It might be wrong in your sight, but he's still my servant, living. Somebody say the Miriam of the church. The Miriam of the church are those that are happy when there's crisis in the church. Because that is their aim. Anytime we crisis the church, they go, they happy say, yes, two people not the quarrel. Two people not the great each other for the church. They go, now they announce them. These two women, they not the great each other. Even the two people, when they pass each other for church, they don't even know. They do, I say the two of them not the great. They'll go meet another person. These two people for the church, they not the great each other again. They are happy when there is a crisis in the church. The Miriam of the church. I will not be taking much time. The Miriam of the church, they recruit other people to speak against the church and speak against the servant of God. That is their mission. They recruit other people to speak against the church and speak against the servant of the church. They don't only do it alone, they recruit others so that others can hate the church and hate the servant of God. Somebody say the Miriam of the church. Somebody say the Miriam of the church. The Miriam of the church cannot be settled. They cannot settle. It's your motto of settlement. But if you are a Miriam, it's your year of dominion. If you are a Miriam, you cannot be settled and you cannot dominate. A Miriam, instead of a Miriam to carry blessings, she ended up carrying curses. So if you are a Miriam, instead of you to carry the blessings that follow the church, you will not end up carrying curses. She ended up becoming a leper, crippled for life. Instead of blessings, she carried curses. Miriam of the church. A Miriam will end up in public disgrace and public shame. That was what happened to Miriam. Because everybody now came out. Do you know that the journey was suspended for 7 days? When Moses now cried out to God, it took the intervention of Moses for the leprosy of Miriam. Because in her elder sister, Moses now cried out to God. If you read it down, oh God, lead my sister, have mercy upon her. It took the 7 days. With these 7 days, everybody called the outside the camp. When the people did, they called they look Miriam. Hey, see what it was. They talk bad about Moses. They talk bad about the servant. 7 days, their journey was stopped. 7 good days. Everybody, she faced public shame as she faced public disgrace. And until the Miriam of the church is dealt with, fear cannot enter the church. That is why God need to deal with the Miriam of the church. Immediately, Miriam became a leper. Aaron fell on his knees and he said, alas, my Lord. He was thinking himself to be equal with Moses. But because of the anger of God that visited Miriam. So until God did with Miriam that are in the church, fear cannot enter the church. Somebody say, I hear you, sir. Somebody say, I hear you, sir. Child of God, until the Miriam of the church become leper, there will be no peace and unity in the church. No matter the help Miriam is ready to Moses, as the case may be, no matter the help that Miriam is ready to Moses as his elder, as a elder sister that she is to Moses, the very moment she speaks against Moses, she become a leper. No matter the help that you are ready to the church, that does not give you the right to speak against the church, not against the servant of God. No matter your position, no matter your financial status, no matter who you are, no matter your money, that shouldn't give you the right to speak against the church and against the servant of God.